Well, I'm here on a very wintry New Year's Eve morning. The sun's just coming up. This is Clearwater Lakes Fishery. It's not far from where I live. And this is the ideal location where I can have a session with the bomb, where I'm going to be fishing with larger baits like corn, and I'm going to be casting to different spots of the peg, trying to chase the fish around the swim, and hopefully we're going to catch a few fish. Well, I've got to openly admit that I've never really fished with this method on this venue before, so this session is really a bit of an unknown. There are lots of carp in here, there are lots of silverfish as well, loads and loads of skimmers. Just to give you a bit of a background on the actual fishery itself, the peg that I'm fishing today is, I think it's about 35 metres wide, and the maximum depth here is about 10 feet, and that is about halfway. It then gradually gets a little bit shallower as you get towards the far bank, and then it goes up quite a steep shelf once you get within about 2 metres of that far bank reed bed. So what I'm going to be doing, the approach that we tend to do on venues like this is I'm going to start at about halfway, straight in front of me, and just kind of see what reaction I get, obviously by watching the tip and just watching for signs of fish while I'm sat fishing. And what I'll do then is if I don't get any indications, I can then go to the left, I can go to the right, and then if that still doesn't work, I can then start working my way across. It's just really about being really mobile, just looking for pockets of fish, because we know that a lot of fish, carp, F1s, tend to ball up at this time of year. So hopefully if I get anywhere near some fish, I'm going to be seeing indications on the tip, and then hopefully if I can catch some fish, it might be a case of chasing them across towards the other bank. Well, the rig I'm going to be using is a free running rig, because that's what complies with fishery rules on this particular venue, where obviously free running rigs tend to be, you know, allowed on most venues anyway, certainly commercial venues. So it's a free running bomb rig. I'm using one of the bomb attachments, one of the matrix ones, and that just allows me to it allows me to change the bomb quite easily, so I can change to a heavier one or a lighter one. But because of this system, it also allows me to switch it for a feeder as well. So if I do find at any stage there are more fish there than what I originally thought, and the fish do want some feed, then I can quickly just change that bomb, take it off, and pop a method feeder on or a pellet feeder, and that way I can still be fishing with the same setup and everything, and just change it really nice, quickly and easily, and then quickly, hopefully, stay in touch with the fish. But that's if they're feeding. Like I say, it's, you know, it's been it was a cold night last night. I have seen a couple of fish moving, I will be honest, but like I say, it's 10 feet deep. Obviously when you see fish moving about, they're just under the surface, and that doesn't really suit fishing on the bottom like what we're going to be doing with the bomb. But it's going to be a very, very simple bait tray today, and I'm just going to, like I say, start about halfway, and then just look for signs on the tip, and just see if there are any fish there, and then if I've got to move further across towards the reed bed, then I'll do that as the session progresses. Well, I've had 4 10-minute casts in the middle. I haven't had a single sign. I haven't had any sort of line bites or anything like that. There's the odd fish moving just underneath the surface. I know a lot of those are eyed because there's 1 or 2 of them being caught. So all I'm going to do now is, I've gone left and right from that central bit. I'm just going to start working my way across towards those reeds now. But because obviously I haven't had any sort of indications, that to me suggests that there aren't any fish within that range. So I've just got to start searching now. So all I've done is I've clipped up at the middle. That's where I've been searching, that middle bit, and all I'll do now is just keep taking off a couple of meters, clip up again, and that way I know I can gradually work my way out. I've had to inch my way right across to those reeds. I'm literally about 2 metres off those reeds now. This had only been in about a minute. Double corn. It was only in about a minute and it was just ripped off the rest. So obviously it just hooked itself. Obviously I'm fishing it on a hair rig. Fish has just sucked the bait in, tried to eject it. The hook's gone in its mouth and it's just screamed off. So very, very welcome. It's a lovely looking fish. It's really cold. It's like a block of ice. But hopefully that means we've found 1 or 2 fish now. We know where they are. They're possibly right in them reeds. But I'll guess we'll find out over the next few casts. One of the first things that hit me when I got here was how clear the water clarity is now. The colour has really dropped out of this lake. That tends to be what happens when the temperatures drop. And that's why I love fishing this sort of method, because the corn, it's just such a visible bait. It's obviously robust and durable, which makes it great for hair rigging. And certainly if you're waiting for up to 20 minutes, half an hour for a bite, you know, you're leaving it in different spots, you can be a lot more confident that the hook bait is still actually on the hair, you know, that it's survived the cast. But it just stands out so much in this clear water, you know, when it's laid on the bottom. And I think that's why it can be such a good way of just, it's almost target fishing, you know. Hopefully the fish might even see it coming down through the water. And then obviously when it's sitting on the bottom, you know, because you haven't got other feed around your bomb, around your rig, it can just pick off odd fish throughout a session, and sometimes that could be the best way to build your weight in winter. Well, it's clear that there's a pocket of fish over there now. They're right up against the reeds, and what I'm doing is I'm dropping the bomb straight in front of me, clipped up, and if I can catch fish there, that's great, but then I can't seem to catch fish in the same spot twice. So I then drop it 2 meters to the left, and then I can nick another fish, and then that goes quiet, and then I can do the same to the right as well. And it's just working that far bank now, just with a bomb. Like I say, with a bomb you can do that because you're not leaving piles of bait everywhere, and most of the fish have come literally within the first 30 seconds. So it's almost like you're dropping the bomb right in front of the face, and that's just enough to tempt them to take the bait. But when you get a bite, I mean, it's just, you know, it's just ripping the rod off the rest. The fish are on, and obviously the hair rig's doing its job correctly. So whilst we're being very, very mobile now, I'm catching fish, but I'm being mobile along the same line. So it's not like there's a ball of fish that I'm now chasing round. They just seem to be going up and down round those reeds, and possibly into the reeds as well, because they're not really, really dense. So the fish are probably backing into the reeds and coming back out again. So yeah, so it's a very mobile way of fishing, but I'm being very mobile on the same line. But it's putting fish in the net, and yeah, it's I'm really surprised how it's just completely transformed the swim now, just by going those extra few meters further out, closer to that reed bed. That's gone straight round again. Literally, it was only there 10-15 seconds. Feels another decent fish as well. I haven't had to take the clip off yet. So even though I've been hitting, you know, hooking fish by fishing to a clip, because I'm fishing up against a far bank, they haven't really been running into the reeds as such. They've just kind of gone left and right. We've definitely found some fish now. This is number 9 or number 10. and it just shows by working the whole of your peg. It's amazing how, you know, just by dropping it 2 meters to the left or right, or just past where you've been fishing, how it can just completely transform your session. Well, it's been a fantastic way to spend New Year's Eve morning. We caught a few fish, which was great, and I just hope you've enjoyed me sharing this session with you and just kind of going over some of the tactics that we use during winter. There's going to be loads more videos like this going through winter on a variety of different venues, covering different methods, so if you don't want to miss out on any of those, just hit that subscribe button just there. And if you want to see more coaching tuition style videos, ones where you get extra videos each month, then you might want to check out my other channel, Patron TV, at the link just there. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a fantastic new year, and I can't wait to see you on the bank next year.